Yo guys, welcome back to the Blue Podcast. This is the Purple Show with me, Tom, Ben, Cam and Fab. How are you guys doing?
Good, thanks.
Good. All good, thank you. All good.
Well, this is a brand new show. You may recognise Cam and Fab from a few podcasts such as the Christmas special and the 500 subscriber special. And we've had a little chat since then, and we thought, why not bring them on as, hosts now for this show. FA Cup weekend. How are you guys finding it?
Brilliant after last night.
We'll start with Liverpool putting out a first team against the kids and feeling a bit like they wanted some payback from the 7-2. Fab, was that right?
Okay. I mean, we talk about kids. I mean, there was Reece Williams at the back there, and I was looking at a goal back actually earlier this morning, and at the end of the day, he got done there, and that sort of shows the lack of experience, how we can be exposed even by little kids that get dropped off by their mums, at Villa Park. So
what I find strange is Klopp, for some reason, has decided to play.
He's deciding to play.
Oh, he started to play the strongest team that he's ever played in the FA Cup against under 23s. Like, I don't understand why he just didn't carry on with the same policy of like playing youth players in the FA Cup. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but to be honest, when I saw the team sheets and the players that did get game time, Shaqiri, Minamino, it wasn't a strong team. I think because we have injuries, you might look at that team and say, yeah, it probably is probably the strongest team we could put out at the moment. But if we had, no injuries, that would probably be not that far off what normally.
It definitely wasn't your strongest team, but like the fact that he played Salah and Mane, he never does that in the FA Cup.
Yeah, I was surprised as well.
Yeah,
I think that might be because of the it's just kind of quite a big. It's like almost a normal week though, because we haven't got a game. Everyone's not got a game till next weekend anyway. That might be why he's not worried about resting players.
We've got a game midweek.
Have you?
Yeah, there's games midweek.
Oh, well, we're not till Friday, so that's why I'm.
Yeah, we've got game midweek.
So, Fab, you happy with the result then? Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing from what I saw from Klopp, I think with those draws and losses against not top tier sides, I think he's looking for a solution for that, and he did try and find it against Villa by giving a chance to Shaqiri, Minamino. I think both of them played very well, and I think both of them deserve more game time, and I think a lot of the time in those games, I feel like Klopp might be almost scared to take someone like Salah or Mane off because they're world-class players, and you do trust them to get the job done. But on the other hand, he shouldn't neglect players like that he has available to him on his bench that can really make an impact, like Shaqiri did, 2 assists in 10 minutes, something like that. If you're talking about performance, it's not goals, but we know he's got potential, and I think, we can't afford to sell players like that at the moment if we want to compete for the FA Cup, Premier League, and Champions League.
No. So, it still baffles me that the season that he's decided to take the FA Cup seriously is the season where the schedule's mad. Like it's still. I mean, yeah. Like it would have been sort of made more sense if you had taken it seriously in previous seasons instead of this one, but obviously he's looked at it and thought I can go for it this season. But yeah, with the sort of match build up for matches, like you would like, because you saw United yesterday making 9 changes, and I expect City today to make.
And Chelsea to make a load of changes as
well. Yeah. So it's obviously looked at it and thought, we can win this. So yeah.
Well, I think with the starting with that team is also just kind of like we lost 7-2 to these guys. We need to try. I think Klopp was hoping for 5, 6, 7 against them.
Yeah.
But obviously, I think before we move on, I want to say fair play to the Villa kids. I think they actually held their own considering the caliber of player they were playing against, and one at half time. Like you can't really fault that.
Yeah, definitely credit deserved.
But Arsenal played yesterday, and talk about leaving it for the last bloody
Yeah, I'm just sat here quite content to talk about the FA Cup because it's basically the Arsenal Cup, isn't it? So I just, I mean, it was a pretty dodgy game last night, though. It was boring for the first 90 minutes, let's be real. But, I mean, win's a win. Got the
Newcastle could have won at the end, couldn't they? Carroll.
100%. Andy Carroll, he should have scored. He definitely should have scored. He's probably their best player as well, Andy Carroll. He had a great game. And he should have buried that, but Leto coming in.
Yeah.
So,
Did he miss a sitter earlier on?
Early
He missed a sitter earlier on as well.
And they thought he was offside, and he wasn't offside, so it would have counted. It was. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just a bit of luck, isn't it? A bit of luck is all you need. So.
But then we have to talk about the goals. Both of them, to be fair to Arsenal, were pretty nice. We'll talk on them.
The Smith Rowe's goal, what a finish! Let's just say, can we just say, what a take, what a finish? And then also like the build-up play for Aubameyang's goal was just good. It was just Arsenal, like, and that's how you want to play every week. But we decided to play like that when we brought people on, and then in the last 20 minutes of the game. So
well, I think with that though, it's you changed when Smith Rowe came on and played in that 10. Like almost like when we've spoken of before about Bruno coming in for United, they've got fantastic players but don't have a 10. That's why they're doing fantastically now. You've got good players but never had a 10, and almost Smith Rowe seems to be missing. It's
that link up, it's that forward pass. Otherwise, we play two centre midfielders who go sideways and backwards. Yeah. So we need that number 10. We need that extra midfielder to play the forward pass, get on the half turn and move, and that's where we've lacked, and that's what he does, and that's why he's so good for us at the moment. So it's really important. I mean, Aubameyang as well, confidence to get that goal, really important. Going through the league now, we're coming off the back of some good results from over Christmas.
Yeah, you could see when he scored that goal, he was really happy. Like, you know, scoring an extra time goal probably didn't matter that much to the end result, but you know, I saw the look on his face. You know, he was surrounded by his teammates. He looked, you know, genuinely like over the moon to get one in the back of the net. So
exactly.
Oh, we actually saw VAR working as well, because that red card was ridiculous. You like
motion though.
Yeah, no. But it was like a little tickle, and he was like, ah! And the referee was like, "Oh, that must be a red." It was
the Lascelles one in the first 5 minutes was more of a red card than Smith Rowe's in like when he came on. Like that was more. It wasn't a red card anyway. So Lascelles wasn't a red card. It was just a heavy challenge. But Smith Rowe's was just ridiculous. That was crazy.
I mean, I think he was saying he saw the studs up, but his studs were nowhere near him.
He was falling backwards, so I don't know how you can go through a play if you're falling. I don't know.
Yeah. To
the ref though, I do think it would be. It's in fast motion like that. And he's not very close to it. You may think that's probably a red in fast motion. Like even watching the TV at first, I thought, "Oh,
I think it was more the geezer's scream that made him give the red, because he was acted like he just had the worst tackle against him this season. It was nothing. It
was like his shin had snapped in half or something.
Yeah.
Because it was set up to be a bad challenge, because he had a bad touch and they tried to recover and then tried to, because you see those, don't you? They try and lunge back in to get the ball back and then stud him in the shin or something, and they get sent off. But it wasn't like that. And I mean, if he'd been sent off for that, and then he wouldn't have been on the pitch to score the winner or score the first goal. So, I mean,
but I think I don't know if anyone else has noticed it. I feel like VAR has improved in recent weeks in terms of its applications. There's been a lot fewer bad calls lately.
I think that's more of a case that there hasn't been things that have happened for it to make a mistake on. That's what's happened there, in my opinion. Anyway, I don't think it's there. Suddenly, it started being used correctly.
No, I'm not saying suddenly. I'm saying like it seems to gradually have. Slightly...
Yeah, I think it's more that like there hasn't been a contentious decision and it's gone like, yeah, that's obviously a penalty when it's not and stuff like that. So
that's what I mean. I think like there's so you're saying that they haven't been close enough yet for VAR to get it wrong.
No, I'm saying that there hasn't been like, like when Bruno stood on someone and got a penalty for it. There hasn't been something like that for it to make a mistake on recently.
Okay.
If there's one coming though, you just know it's going to come. Like it's inevitable at some point. It's going to happen again. So
yeah,
it's probably going to be for Man United or a penalty to Leicester. Let's be real. So
yeah, they are the team now that's winning all the bloody penalties, aren't they? But they're not putting them away.
Yeah.
That shows one recently was poor.
They don't have Bruno to step up.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
I thought he'd fix his Wi-Fi. No. He's back.
There you go.
Yeah, all the stick he gets, at least he puts them away.
Yeah. He's only missed one, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And he scored ridiculous amounts.
Yeah. I mean, he's still that. I mean, we always go back to that stat of like he scored 20-odd goals in the Prem and 17 or some of them in penalties. So it's, and that's the highest percentage of penalties for the amount of goals he scored of
ever
any player to play in the Premier League ever.
Yeah,
but he's a quality player. Don't get me wrong, but it's still ridiculous.
It's a bit like Jorginho,
Padson, isn't it? Is that the words?
What's that?
That's out his stats.
Stat padder, yeah. Yeah, I saw a lot of people slating him for not turning up in the big games.
Turn up against you.
Yeah, like after the City semi-final. But I mean, it's difficult because he looked to me a bit fatigued in that match. Because I think he's played the most minutes except Maguire, and maybe Rashford. I don't know, but
I think Rashford played less.
Rashford played less, yeah. So he's played the most minutes except Maguire, and also every player's can have an off game now and again. So
true. Luckily for you, it was against City.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of City, should we talk about Birmingham later? What do you think you're going to put out?
Well, we'll find out in 5 minutes, but
true, yeah.
But I expect him to make quite a few changes. It would be strange if you didn't with the current schedule and match build-ups and all that sort of stuff. So I'd probably start. I mean, it'll be weird because it'll probably look quite strong because players who have been out with COVID will come back.
I think Aguero might play.
Aguero's supposed to be starting and stuff. So it'll be this like a rotation, but it'll probably look strong, and it will effectively be our second team, but sort of not because it's players who have been out with COVID who would have been playing usually. Yeah. So like I think he'll start Stefan because obviously Edison's still out. Then Walker's back. Is Laporte got COVID?
I don't think so.
No, so is he injured? Right. So he'll probably play like Ake and
Garcia
or youth player Howard Bellis or whatever he's called. And then he'll probably play Mendy because Mendy's been on the bench the last few games because of his COVID breaches.
Yeah.
And then he'll probably play Fernandinho again.
Really?
Because I mean, I think he sees Rodri as because Fernandinho's in the last year of his contract, so Rodri's like the main holding player now. And then in front of him, maybe Foden, Madonna Silva. Then up front, Aguero, Mahrez, because he didn't start the last match.
Is Torres back yet?
I'm not sure. Maybe Torres. Or maybe we're playing another youth player up top, like Liam Delap or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Aguero to bag a hat-trick and get injured again. So
it'll happen. But
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. We'll wait 3 minutes to talk about Chelsea and City teams then, because they'll be out then. Should we do a score, or should we wait to do score predictions for the teams?
Yeah.
all right.
Okay, we'll do that. Let's talk about Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Well, we've got no interesting games on Everton Wolves will be interesting, I guess, on Tuesday. Then City Brighton. You feeling comfortable, Ben?
It depends. If we play like we have been the last couple of matches, then hopefully we'll be all right. But if we go back to the way we were playing before that, then we'll be struggling. So it depends.
Yeah, Morphe's playing well at the moment. He's scored recently.
I feel bad for Brighton because they're quite low in the league, but every time I see them play, their results aren't deserved. Like the United game when they hit the bar like 3 times, hit the post twice, and then they lost 3-2 or something. It's like every time I watch
penalty after the final whistle, and
yeah, that was a bit mad. So you comfortable for that one?
I mean, no games are easy.
But with
especially
the
this,
you must have
if we, like I said, if we're playing like we have the past couple of games, then hopefully we'll be all right. But if we go back to the way we were playing before, then we'll be struggling again. It'll be we're struggling. It'll be like West Brom at home when we scored and then they got that deflected goal and then we couldn't score again. So you never know. You don't know which one's going to happen.
Well, next on Wednesday, big game to be fair. Aston Villa at home versus Spurs. What do you think is going to happen there, Fab?
I'm quite excited for that one, to be honest. I think there's a lot of hot topic players. Son, Kane, Grealish. I'd like to see more personally of El Ghazi. I think there's just something about him that gives an extra edge when he plays, which you don't normally see in sort of bottom tier. Oh, well, they're not bottom tier anymore, but lower tier Prem sides. But I think it's going to be a test for Tottenham and Mourinho. I think Mourinho's tactics are great, and I have a lot of respect for him, especially defensively and holding out games. But we've seen recently you can't do that for an entire game. You can't expect to score early and hold on, and you'll know Villa will come out, punching and looking to score as many as they can. And I don't think Tottenham can park the bus against them.
No. Well, I think Barkley's back for that game as well, which is I think a big for them. So because I remember him and Grealish were linking up so well before he got injured.
Yeah,
and it's him. I heard a lot of commentators say the reason El Ghazi and Traore have really stepped up of late is because they know they've got Barkley just waiting behind them in injuries.
Yeah.
So.
But I think they deserve to carry on playing. I don't think Barkley, he did start the season well, but I think it would be a discredit to both of them if as soon as Barkley came back, they both got dropped.
Yeah, it'll be interesting anyway. I think I've already watched that game.
Well, to be fair, any day's a good day. Spurs are dropping points, so I'd like to see Villa. I'd like to see Villa clean them out, but.
Yeah,
I think Spurs. Mourinho is going to go in there. He's going to know. He's just going to do it, Mourinho, isn't he? He's just going to drag it out. It's going to be a 1-0.
The one game, like the one hard game, I think Spurs would win in terms of like the top teams right now, because the Aston Villa team is really good, but they are still quite a new, naive, slightly like team. Whereas you can tell Mourinho will drill them to beyond how well they need to be drilled for this game.
Defensively, I don't think Villa are that good.
Yeah.
Personally, I think Mings can have a good game. Martinez is a solid goalkeeper, but I mean, Matty Cash was getting exposed in their last game against whoever they played. And then I don't think that. I think Spurs, if they turn up, if Kane and Son are on fire, I don't think they can beat anyone. They can beat anyone. So
Yeah.
Mings as well. Like I was quite disappointed in that Palace game. I think he's a really good player, especially offensively in the air. But I was really disappointed to see him get that red against Zaha.
But then they still won 3-0 and should have won 5 or 6. That's what
they got away with it there. Really, you do if you start, especially against a team like Tottenham, if you start kind of getting emotional about it and start putting in silly tackles, you're just going to lose that game and give away silly fouls.
Well, speaking of Palace, Arsenal playing them on Thursday. How do you feel for that one?
We're going to talk about Arsenal being 3 points behind Chelsea now.
Not yet.
Well, we haven't spoken since Christmas, to be fair. So I think we might have to have a little conversation about that one.
I'll bring up the league table later. It's fine.
Right. Just putting it off.
That's for another time. That's for after Chelsea beat Arsenal at some point in the future. I'm confident for Palace. I mean, I don't know. We're 4 games unbeaten now. We've got momentum, I think, and we've got players that are playing well. So I think I'll go into that game and expect 3 points.
Fair enough. And then we have Chelsea Fulham on the Friday.
Most one-sided derby ever.
It's a game we should win, but
it's the most one-sided derby ever. It's ridiculous.
I'm nervous of late, I'll tell you that much. I'm nervous of late. Why are the lineups not out yet?
City's lineup's out. It's a very odd one, if you want to hear it.
Yeah.
Stefan, Cancelo, Diaz, Walker, Mendy, Rodri, Mahrez, De Bruyne, Foden, Bernardo, and Jesus. That's
that's your starting team.
It's our starting team, except Stones would be centre back, Edison would be in goal, and then you could maybe put Gundogan in
instead of
like Jesus or something like that, and play a false 9. That's what we played against you. That's a very odd lineup to me.
That is a very odd lineup. Fair enough.
I mean, it's odd in the sense that it's not really rotation. That.
No, yeah. Unless he's worried. He wants to make sure he wins it, maybe.
Or he's saying, like you were saying, he's just thinking, just keep that momentum ticking over. Maybe.
I can't find the Chelsea team lineup currently.
Is it on the Chelsea Twitter? They usually release it.
I'll look at that. But yeah, Fulham technically rivals, but we call them our little brothers, really. So
it's the most one-sided derby ever.
That's what we say about Everton as well. Just that little side club.
Teams are out.
Teams not out. Oh well. You were saying that they were gonna. You were hoping or thinking that Lampard was gonna try
a different formation. I want him to try a different formation.
Different players.
Yeah, I think he'll. I'm pretty sure he'll play Hudson-Odoi, Gilmour, Tomori, Rudiger, Kepa, Angerin, maybe, and Hudson-Odoi. So I said Hudson-Odoi. Havertz. I'm pretty sure all of those will play. Because Christensen's injured and he won't play Zuma without Silva. He never does anymore. So I think it will be Rudiger and Tomori. It's my guess. But I can't find the bloody team. Here we go. So we got Kepa, Dave, Rudiger, Zuma. Oh, he's starting Zuma. I eat my words. Rudiger, Zuma, Emerson, Havertz, Gilmour, Mount. Okay. Hudson-Odoi, Werner, Ziyech.
He's going strong here. Same again. He's gone strong. But that's 4-3-3.
I'm hoping he's doing. I don't know. I'm hoping he hasn't done the 3 like that. I'm hoping he's done a 3 like that with Havertz.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping.
But
That was one of the formations we spoke about, isn't it?
Yeah, but you were
have
hoping more.
On Instagram as well. It's there. Just a little shout out to him.
You were hoping more to go to a 2 up front, weren't you? Though.
Yeah.
4-4-2. And I was saying
again.
I was saying a diamond for the 2 up top for you.
You said that maybe Vernon just needs more time back in the middle. So maybe.
Oh yeah. No, I said I think he should be playing down the centre. Give him a chance there at least.
So maybe that's maybe why he started him again today. Because also this could be a game just to get him a goal, get him back in.
Yeah.
The flow
get that confidence.
I thought he'd start Abraham, to be honest.
You're likely to concede with Kepa in, so expect to concede at least one.
Yeah, well, on the bench we got Caballero, Tomori, Chilwell, Jorginho, Kovacic, Andrin, Pulisic, Abraham, Giroud. So only one youth player on the bench. But he brought 5 youth players in for training. So 5 youth players moved up into our first team bubble, which was quite. I thought they'd be on the bench, but guess not.
Might need more time.
Maybe. But okay, should we do score predictions for the City game then? Ben's frozen. We'll go with Fab. Then Cam.
What was it? City
Birmingham.
Birmingham. I don't see City conceding, so I'll go with 3-0 to City.
Yeah, to be fair, I was going to go 3-0 as well, to be fair. I think, solid.
Yeah. They've got a strong defence out. I'd struggle to see how they concede.
Yeah.
And Ben?
I think, because it's not Stones and Diaz, I'm going to go 3-1.
Oh. Okay. I might tweet these predictions before the game. Maybe that'll be just a little bit of fun for the Twitter fans. And for the City actually I'll note these down before I forget. And for the Chelsea game.
Me first.
Go on. Yeah.
4-1.
Okay. Fab.
I think it'll be 2-0. I don't think Werner's going to get back in form even against a side like that. I'd like to see him up front. No, I think they might blank a little bit.
Actually, I'll adjust mine 3-1. Sorry, 3-1 again.
All right, Ben's 3-1. Fabs, what were you again?
2-0.
2-0. And Cam?
2-1 Fulham.
He's going for the Fulham game.
Okay. If you say so, I'm going 3-0.
I'm telling you,
and I'm going 4.
There's been a few upsets, that's all I'm saying.
4-0.
There's always a couple of upsets in the FA Cup.
Oh,
True.
Yeah, I'm going 4-0 for the City game. All right, I'll put these out at some point before the games and should we see who gets it right? Should we make this a little thing now? If we predict a game.
Yeah, no, I was going to say if we're doing this every week, we could just get a tally of everyone who gets
little league table.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, let's do that then. Let's do that. See, but who's better at predicting games? Yeah. Likely it is all of us will be wrong. All right. What else are we going to talk about today? Transfer rumours. Where are they? I had some transfer rumours. Unless there's anything else you guys want to talk about with teams?
No. Really. I can talk about some. Sorry, carry on. There you go.
Well, yeah, it was to do with you, Ben, to be honest, because I saw the Aguero rumour of PSG wanting him. And I want your thoughts on that, because I think that's really interesting.
I mean, if Messi's going there and he wants to play with his mate, it's a no-brainer for him.
And they want Pogba. And they want Ramos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know about those two.
They're thinking because Ramos and Messi will be free.
Yeah.
So they can just get them, and it doesn't matter to them if they just put in high contracts for them.
Yeah, so, it's what Ramos was saying. I saw the rumor Ramos had said to the Madrid president that they're creating a super team with him and Messi at PSG or something.
Yeah, and that's why they want Pogba, because they're not actually buying. They won't actually be buying Ramos and Messi.
Yeah,
they can just buy Pogba for that.
I've seen us links with Ramos as well.
I don't think it would go. I don't think
we would get him. And I've also seen that, which is a ridiculous rumor, because one, he's never going to leave, and two, he's going to cost a lot more than 100 million. Is Kane to City? That's just not going to happen.
You're not feeling optimistic. We spoke about this with Rick, didn't we? You said you're more likely to get Haaland, aren't you?
Yeah, but I just can't see Kane leaving Tottenham, and it would cost us at least 150 million for Kane, because he's English and it's a domestic transfer, so they're not going to want to sell him to a direct rival. So I just can't see it.
I think he will want to go soon though, because if he doesn't win a trophy,
yeah, definitely,
he has to go. It's like he can't. You can say he will be as good as Shearer, but Shearer actually won stuff. So, well, one Premier League title, but like it's better than Kane if he doesn't win anything.
That's the only thing that would make me think he would, is that if he actually wanted to leave and sort of pushed for a move, that's the only time. But I can't see it at the moment.
That would be a big transfer, wouldn't it? That'd be a big.
I think that would break the internet as well.
Oh, it'd be crazy, wouldn't it? But we don't really have those anymore, do we? We've not had like kind of club to club transfers for a long time. Like, apart from maybe Arsenal and City, I think of most recently. But
no, Chelsea and Arsenal as well. Willian and Chelsea. But they've been quite bad for you, so it's fine.
Maybe Arsenal and United as well with Sanchez and just Arsenal's just there. It's just a feeder club, really, isn't it? It's just there.
I'm so glad we sold Willian when we did though, because he's looked really bad for you. And yesterday he just skied a shot when he was right in front of the goal. It's just like his
best starting position is on the bench.
Yeah,
at the moment. That's just like I'd rather play so many other players than him at the moment. But
yeah, well, isn't Martinelli injured again though?
Yeah, he got injured in training, in the warm up.
Yeah,
great. Twisted his ankle. So, yeah, great.
He was one of the reasons.
So
him and Smith Rowe were the reasons. Two of the reasons that you've had an upturn in form as well.
Right, it's Martinelli, Smith Rowe, and Saka, really.
Saka. Me and my dad literally is like. My dad asked me a question recently of which Premier League players from other clubs would you want in your team. So I said like Bruno Fernandes and De Bruyne, obviously, Van Dijk, maybe Alisson, and then he said I'd also probably take Saka. He's young. He's clearly going to be very, very good. So
we just need to try and keep hold of him.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
Yeah, I think we'd want him as well, to be honest.
I think most clubs would want him. He works hard. He's good defensively, fantastically attacking.
But I tell you who deserves credit at the moment, I think, is Lacazette for the Arsenal team. I think he puts in a proper shift up front.
I think they call him in the dad at the moment.
Yeah.
He's the dad of all the younger players, and you can kind of see that, and he works really well with them. Yeah. So I think they're feeding off him, but also he's performing because he's kind of the mother, the dad of the.
Back to transfers though. Have you seen that Chelsea have joined the race for Upamecano with Manchester United?
No, I hadn't seen that, but he is sought after, isn't he?
Yeah. Didn't he sign a new contract recently? So then the release clause was high or something.
I think the release clause has increased, but I think it's still pretty low for his potential.
Right.
So
yeah,
I think he was going to come to the Premier League at some point. I just really hope it's not to United. I wouldn't mind if it's to like Liverpool or something, because they're already really good. If it goes to United and he just shows up.
It'll improve them.
They'd ruin him anyway, so I wouldn't worry.
They'd ruin
him. Find a way to spoil him. So.
Yeah. Just start getting injuries like Bayer or something. Nah.
Yeah.
But I thought Chelsea were going for Declan Rice.
Oh, we still are. We just joined the chase for him. I think Rice is our number one signing right now that we want to get. But we also obviously aren't going to do a United over the summer and just focus on one player.
Yeah. I saw something about Mount in a picture with Rice wearing a Chelsea top or something. So that sparked all the rumours.
Yeah, but they're best mates. So remember when it was really sparking over the summer was when he went on went abroad with Abraham Mount and John Terry was there as well, and they all took pictures together, and it was like everyone was going, okay, he's coming to Chelsea, and he probably still will. So changing his agent to his dad, who's a Chelsea season ticket holder, and all that kind of stuff. It's all leaning towards it, but at the same time, we all know how volatile the transfer window can be. So I'm not saying anything yet.
especially January as well. It's quite rare that you get a big move in January unless you really spend or push for it. So
apparently he came out and said, "I'm going to stay in London." Which rules out Manchester United. So they've just said, his most likely place is Chelsea soon. Just kind of scrolling through, there's nothing really interesting. West Ham are interested in Ismail Assar from Watford for 30 million.
I like him a lot. I would think Liverpool should get him, to be honest. But going to have to be patient.
Mm-hmm.
But because West Ham have just sold Haller for half the price they bought him for, which then means that I think Giroud is been linked to West Ham from Chelsea because he's not
till the summer.
He's not consistently starting as Giroud at the moment. And he'd be a like for replacement for Haller, I think.
I think better than Haller.
He's better, yeah.
But as in, I mean like the way they play, like the same.
Yeah. But he's underrated, isn't he?
Yeah.
He started. I think he will. He's starting over Abraham right now, Giroud. It's just Lampard's desperate to fit in Werner, which is why he starts Werner up top now. That's it. I wanted to ask Cam about William Saliba. How you feel on that situation?
It's the best thing for him, I think, at the moment. I don't want him to leave on a permanent deal. That would be stupid. But he's had loads of problems since coming to Arsenal. He's still young. I think he's 20 or 21. Is he 18? 19. So, send him out on loan is the best thing because he's back towards his family, back in France, and he's had loads of family issues, and he's just not settled at all. So, if you send him out on loan, that's fine, but don't let him go on a permanent deal because he's going to be good. You can see Fofana for Leicester. His partner was for Saint Etienne a couple of seasons ago, and Fofana's been quality for Leicester. And I think he can be just as good, if not better. So definitely want to keep, but at the moment it's the best thing. But it's unfortunate to see because he would be on our squad. He should be on our squad. So.
But rumours are that Nice are open to signing the Gunners William Saliba permanently in the summer.
That's if he's that unsettled that he just
says
can't see himself settling.
But I don't think that's Arsenal's fault. That's not. I think they're trying to protect the player. They're just because he's been playing in the under-23s. It's not because he's not good enough. It's not because it's just like external reasons that you can't control. So it'd be a massive shame for us if he did leave. But that's just how it is, and he will come good, and we'll just have to say he's one of those ones that we just couldn't keep hold of. So that's just how it is. So.
Well, an interesting signing I think could be for Everton is they're thinking of doing a swap deal for Bournemouth's Joshua King. Good for them.
Who are they swapping?
Swapping an 18-year-old centre-back or a 23-year-old right-back. So I don't think they really...
Josh King's decent.
Yeah.
Ex-Blackburn striker.
Do they need another striker with Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison?
Yeah.
I don't think Ancelotti likes playing Richarlison as a striker, though. I think he prefers him on the wing.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe they're thinking competition.
Yeah, it could boost their playing level as well if they bring in another good striker, and it's also backup as well. Because I feel like if Calvert-Lewin gets injured, their goal, like the amount of goals they score, is just going to go down massively.
Yeah, that's true. I think he would be a good backup and a bit of a leader, if I remember correctly. I think he's a bit more in the dressing room, a bit of a leader, captain player. So I think he would do them some good. But personally, I hope they buy him and he does really poorly and they lose all their money. So
What were you saying, Cam? Sorry. You were saying something before that.
I don't know. I don't think so. I can't remember.
Right.
I don't know. I think it was something about the fact that they're still playing Iwobi, and they paid, I think it was 30 million for him, and he is just not. He's just not it. So, if I was Everton, I would have looked to replace kind of his position, which is kind of right mid, kind of attacking midfielder. But they've got James.
I mean, Joshua King can play in the wing as well. So
and play centre, like as a deeper centre forward as well.
Yeah. So he's not just a striker. So yeah, that
could be versatility as well that he's looking for, because we've spoken about it before. Everton haven't got really the depth to quite challenge the top four yet, maybe. So that he could be just bringing a bit more depth into his team. So
yeah.
Any other transfers I haven't mentioned that you want to talk about?
Ozil going out of Arsenal.
Yeah.
By the way, it's purely Fenerbahce is the one, isn't it? Fenerbahce is the one that he's supposedly going to, which does a good job for us because he gets him off the wage bill. But again, unfortunate, I think, as well. I don't really know exactly what the problem was. I think it was just they've just fallen out of favour with each other as like club to player, and his attitude just stinks. So, yeah, that's basically how it is. But that's a good move for us, I think. So,
yeah, I saw DC United were looking at him as well, but they wouldn't be able to afford his wages at all. So, yeah, and I think another one that left Arsenal, Kolasinac, went to Schalke, and they've won the first game of the season, and he's captain already.
Yeah, because we bought him from Schalke. That's where he was originally, and he's now gone back. But I mean, again, okay, he can play well for Schalke, but for us, he's just not where we want to be. He's not the type of player that
not Tierney
should be in. Basically.
Can't quite play left back just yet. He's working on it.
Because really, how about Liverpool, Fab? Is there any transfers we haven't spoken about?
It's been pretty quiet, but probably for the best, in my opinion. You do see some silly rumours. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong sources, but you see stuff like us wanting to sign David Alaba on a free. He wants like 9 million a year. I heard some stuff about Ramos. You hear some funny things going on, I'll be honest. But I think personally, there's no point in us buying a decent, a centre-back better than that Phillips or Reece Williams during this transfer window, because as soon as Gomez and Van Dijk get back, they're not going to get any game time. And we've already got Fabinho as a backup, and we've already got Reece Williams coming up through the academy. It's one of those awkward situations where I think if we bought someone, it'd just be temporary and it'd be a bit of a waste of money. And I think that money would be better used elsewhere, probably during the summer, to get backups for Salah and Mane, because they're getting a bit old now, and Salah wants to leave a little bit. Again, some uncomfortable rumours about that. I think.
Where does he want to go?
Real Madrid.
Mate, front three of Hazard when fit, Karim Benzema and Salah on the right.
I think it would be a big bit of an L if we let him go. I don't think he's easily replaceable, and I don't know who we'd bring in. I think bringing up players like Sarr, who I mentioned earlier from Watford, would be a step forward, because they're going to get older and they're going to run out of form. But I think this season and next season, I really don't want us to sell any of the front three, even if they're not performing well. I think they are still key to how we play.
Yeah, because Klopp, I mean, going back to the centre back stuff, Klopp has been saying like, "Oh, we don't think we're going to sign a centre back, but we could do. But if we did, it'll only be short term. So it'd be like on loan or like a lower down
Loan
centre
Lovren
back
back or something like that. That'll be funny. Actually, the last one I forgot about. The one I'm most excited for is the Mbappe rumours, because it seems really tricky with him.
Guess that would be a replacement for Salah, no?
I mean, even so, I if you offered me, that's a tricky one actually. I do want Mbappe to come to Liverpool. I do worry about his wages though, because at the moment the Liverpool wages are nice, low, and fair. I think when you have players come in, a good example is Wijnaldum, who wants to come in and get that new contract, big wage increase, and it's causing problems at the moment. You think how many more problems having a player like Mbappe at the club would do. It's sort of uncomfortable to think about, but I do think he'd be a brilliant replacement for Salah.
He'd bring in a lot of revenue though.
Yeah, he definitely would.
A lot of eyes as well.
But would lose a lot with Salah. Salah and Mane, the cultural influences they bring. You got the Brazilians as well, Fabinho, Alisson, all that lot. Netherlands as well. I think especially Salah and especially Mane, they're famous from where they're from. It's a bit like probably not on the same scale, but like Son in Korea.
Yeah.
I think he's like a bit of a cult hero, and I think we would miss that.
Yeah. Actually, that was Son was a player that my dad said he'd actually rather get over Kane.
I mean, Son is quality. Son is.
Imagine just having him on your left wing. He's just too good. Do you know what I mean?
He seems to fit the system as well at Tottenham. He's really stepped up.
Yeah, definitely.
How about City, Ben? Is there any?
I can't really think of anything, but I would say it's really obvious that we're going to go for a striker in the summer, whether that be Haaland, Kane, or Messi, or someone like that. It's really obvious we're going to go for an attacker or a striker. Like, definitely, like if it's Messi, obviously attacker, but Haaland, Kane, strikers, whatever.
City with Haaland sounds scary. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
That does give me nightmares when I go to sleep.
I'm not looking forward to that, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't like any way he goes, to be honest. He does scare me.
I kind of want to win the Premier League because it will be exciting to see him play.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he would fit the Premier League as well because he's very physical and powerful in the way he plays, which kind of you need to be often in the Premier League with all these Brexit defenders we have.
Yeah.
But in terms of Chelsea, we've made enough signings as it is, so I doubt we'll make any more. I think
again.
Declan Rice is the one we're going to try and get, and then maybe a centre back to replace Thiago Silva when he's too old to play, even though he is already 36. So we don't know how that's going to go. But I forgot to mention, I'm wearing the new blackout line top. Fab, are you wearing the blackout line hoodie?
Yeah.
Hey.
No, and just as well. Yeah, you've missed out on the.
The phone case.
Oh.
Can't really see it.
It's a bit hard to see.
So send a picture.
See your reflection.
Yeah. But that looks really nice. It's got a really clean design as well, so I'm pretty pleased with it.
Nice.
Brilliant. Well, is there anything else you guys want to touch on before we wrap things up?
I was just going to say... Oh, go on. Yeah, go on. Okay.
If you really don't want to talk about what happened at Christmas, then that's okay.
Fine. We'll talk about
just quickly. I just want to know, how was your day?
How was my day? You mean how was my week?
Well, that's enough. That says it all. That's all. I feel better.
So Arsenal are now 3 points behind Chelsea. Chelsea are now 7 points behind first. Which, to be fair, isn't that bad. 7 points behind first at this stage of the season. I'm not.
That shows how close the league is.
Yeah, like we're in ninth place right now. Oh yeah, 10th West Ham are 7 points behind first. West Ham are 7 points behind first.
Yeah.
Everton,
Have you seen that?
Everton are 4 points behind first with a game in hand. Same with Spurs. United are of a game in hand. And they can go 3 points clear. And they're playing. They're playing Burnley next, but then they're playing Liverpool.
We will batter them. I tell you what.
You have to win against them.
Everyone's like, please win. People actually want Liverpool to win the league more than they want United to win the league now.
But like this is the thing. Liverpool of late, it's like doesn't give you confidence. So it's like, but yeah, please.
I don't want to discredit Burnley though. Sean Dyche has been nominated for Manager of the Month. He's done really well lately. So how brilliant would it be if Burnley beat them? Liverpool, then it doesn't matter if Liverpool.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
We'll beat them anyway. Don't worry about
it. I mean, I can't see Burnley beating them, but it would be beautiful if they did.
Well, maybe they're not. Maybe their confidence could be completely knocked after the City game.
Nah.
Nah.
I mean, we did win fair and square. Yeah, as you can tell, that's the main game that I care about. But yeah, I was just gonna say, have you seen that there's like that table where it's like joint first, joint second, then joint third?
Yeah,
and it's like
so it's Liverpool, United are on the same points. Leicester are third, and then 4th to 7th are joint 4th, and 8th to 10th are joint 5th.
Yeah, so it's ridiculous, really.
That is crazy.
I think everyone wants that, though, to be fair, this season. Last season, it was a bit sort of drawn out, and it was more exciting who got Champions League places than who won the entire thing. So
Yeah.
I was going to...
quite enjoyable having this podcast now because there's so much to talk about.
Yeah.
It always timed it perfectly.
I was going to say, I thought Mbappe was going Madrid, so that'll solve your Salah problem. Because like they didn't.
I don't think Madrid can afford him though.
No, but they didn't spend any money last summer because apparently they're saving it for Mbappe this summer. That's what I saw. So
like that, Fab.
I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see. I don't think we need anyone like that at the moment. I think if Mbappe came now, like one of the wingers, Salah or Mane, would have to go. There's no way Mbappe is going to be happy on the bench.
Mbappe up top, Firmino drops.
We've got Jota up top though, and you can't. You got Jota and Firmino, and if you add more competition to that, it's just going to get a little bit silly. We're going to have 3 sort of top class players vying for the same position. I think you swap out one of the wingers, and I think that's probably. Unless you're bringing up someone like Sarr, Mbappe is probably the only direct, quick replacement for one of them. So like at the end of the day, if Real Madrid did come ringing 150 mil for Salah, you do the deal, and then you get Mbappe when he's out of contract, and you get him a decent wage, and you hope that doesn't cause problems in the rest of the team.
Fair enough. Well, I'm going to leave it on the Chelsea have played really badly lately. Thank you, Cam, for reminding me. We need a result. We spoke about it in the Rick podcast. This week for us is actually quite good because we've got a League 2 side, and then we've got Fulham, which 2 games we should win and hopefully bring our confidence back up, and maybe we can get a string of games back together. But you can't be happy with being 3 points ahead of Arsenal at this point, can you? You can't be happy with that. No offense, considering how badly you started. Considering how badly you started. Anyway,
Liverpool need to at least draw with United.
We're gonna beat them, mate.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, but maybe we should. Now we're like halfway through the season. Maybe we should reanalyze our Premier League prediction.
Maybe we could do that for the next podcast. Maybe.
Yeah, and maybe we could do that, because now we're halfway through, we can see more like what the table's going to be. Maybe get a bit of a better idea.
All right, well, that's a bit of homework for everyone for next weekend then. How about that?
Yes.
All right, well, thank you guys for watching. This is the Purple Show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a little bit like something new we're adding to the podcast. You know, new year, improve everything and all that kind of stuff. Do check out the merch. Link in the description as always. Twitter at the Blue Podcast One, Instagram at the Blue Podcast One, and we'll see you guys on Thursday for another interviewee kind of podcast. See ya.